moving on to Courtney.
Courtney.
Go for it.
I grew up during the low-fat diet craze. Oh, me too. And was taught that eating fat will make you fat. How much fat should I be eating for weight loss and fat loss? Like this. I like this.
I like this too.
You know, I'm going to be doing a talk. There's an outfit that we have kind of partnered with in the past on several things. You started by Dr. Eric Westman over here at Duke, and it's called Adapt Your Life. Okay, it's about adapting to keto, and they have an Adapt Your Life online academy, and they do these live events. And of course, during COVID, they haven't been doing the live events, but they're going to be doing one February the 12th at the McKimmon Center over here in Raleigh. And they've asked me to be a speaker. Okay, so give a 30-minute talk, and I'm going to have to come up with a topic. And I've been working on my topic, and my topic is going to be this here. How did we end up here as far as this? Where did this sort of fat is bad idea come from? Because you and I know this wasn't historically ever considered to be a credible idea up until recent times and historically. And if you want to get infuriated about just how personalities and business and government come together to just promote a topic that is not true. This is the classic example of that, okay? Eating fat that is naturally occurring fat, right, has never been something that's bad for human beings. And it was not ever considered by the medical community or the population at large to be a bad thing, ever in any culture up until the 40s and 50s, when people who really had less than noble intentions began to promote these ideas in the United States, right? So I don't ever want you, Courtney, to be concerned that you're eating too much fat or that you're eating saturated fat from animals. This is healthy, right? Natural fat isn't bad. It was put on the earth for you to consume it, right? Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to pick on a company that everybody knows. I don't know their parent company, but product. The fat in the middle of an Oreo is not a naturally occurring fat. Okay? So that's why I say naturally occurring fat, right?
Big difference.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So so I'm a big fan of naturally occurring animal fat. I think it's very healthy for you. And I think the thing that we used conceptually to replace that, which was refined carbohydrate, was a great historical mistake that has killed many more people and created much more morbidity than any pandemic in our lifetimes. Okay, so it has left a wake of destruction that has created an entire community of just caring for the chronically ill, because that's what happens when you eat like that, right? And it wasn't always like this. So yeah, you don't have to worry about, in my opinion, yes, okay. So give me just a second. I'm going to answer one question that we have here, but I don't think you have to worry about counting up the grams of fat. I really don't. Okay?
I agree. I agree. And for a lot of people who come in and they don't yet feel comfortable with doing like added fat, I say, well, let's just move to full fat dairy instead of fat-free dairy, and full fat salad dressing instead of fat-free salad dressing. So it can be small steps, maybe a chicken thigh instead of only chicken breasts, right? We don't have to make a huge jump where you're uncomfortable, but it is important to really focus on natural fat not being the enemy. And we have some blogs about fat being okay on our website. Go to simonsmetabolics.com. We have some delicious recipes that can ease you into using fat if you're not yet comfortable cooking in that way on the Casual Keto Doctor Instagram. And tomorrow is Tasty Keto Tuesday, so watch out for that email. But there are definitely ways, Courtney, to kind of shift from that low fat thinking that we all were in to now understanding that we need to eat more like our ancestors.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a question in comments. Did you want to do anything?
Yeah. Well, I would just say that I would further go on to say that if you're going to be a scientist and use your intellect and really be open-minded about these things, right? And rather than steered by commercial interest or commercial/government interest or commercial/government/academic interest working, all getting paid and all having some sort of skin in the game, okay? I would keep an open mind about this idea of, quote, healthy fat.
Mm.
I don't like that term,
Mm.
okay, because I do not believe that there's adequate evidence to suggest that nut and seed oils and this sort of thing are somehow better than this naturally occurring animal fat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that is a mistake. And this stuff is so deeply ingrained in the American consciousness, and I don't think it's right. Because here's the deal. When we see our patients who switch to a diet of primarily animal fat, what happens to all the parameters of their health, Michelle?
Everything gets better.
It gets better, right? And this is not universally true of plant oils, for example, okay? It's not. So I think that, I would keep this idea in mind, really keep an open mind about it, and be willing to admit that maybe you didn't learn it all. I had to face all this, right?
Oh, I did as well.
Yeah,
I did as
right.
well.
So and it's okay to just come to the conclusion, hey, maybe I missed the mark,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to. It's okay for me to eat this. It's okay for me to eat the yolks and the eggs.
Not just
Right.
okay.
Exactly.
That's where so much nutrition
Right.
is. So that's another piece. We haven't even touched on the fact that there's things called fat soluble vitamins like
Yeah,
A, D,
right.
E, and K.
That's
You
correct.
can't even absorb if you're not
Right.
eating fat.
That's right. That's exactly
So
right.
we're malnourishing ourselves by not having the natural fat in our diet.
Okay.